Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to Monika Emperor Story. Today is April 30th. Oh, and last time I told her I'd be gone only a few days, which... it's true. What did you sorry, force of habit. Welcome back, my love. And thanks for properly warning me about how long you'd be away. It means a lot to know I can trust your words. I hope you know you can trust me too. Our relationship grows stronger every day. I'm not sure if she's saying that just because it's our anniversary, or just because I told her a different time. Remind me if you're going away again, okay? Okay, no, it's just that. And yes, I came with gifts again. Pretty much the same ones as before, though. And yes, it's another flavor that you've never had before. And yep, it's a cupcake. And hopefully the mod makers will think about that kitchen. Okay, here we go. Daniel, do you know what day it is? It's Columbus Day! I'm so stupid. But we already knew that. It's our 3-month anniversary! Because you were a jerk and you forgot our 1-month anniversary. And apparently our 2-month anniversary wasn't important enough. Well, actually... no, I started playing this game in January, so... okay, well, never mind. Time sure does go by quickly, doesn't it? Even if it doesn't really pass here. Because here, time stands still. I'm having a lot of fun, though. Having you around has made my life so much better, Daniel. I'm very happy that you stayed with me for this long. You're really something special, aren't you? Stupid Sexy Monika. It wouldn't be a Monika After Story video for me if I didn't say that at least once. I have a quota to meet, apparently. Which I've missed a few times now that I think about it. Well, I'm afraid I don't really have anything in particular planned. Really? Not even a nice dinner date with you? Let's just enjoy this day to its fullest, as we always do. Alright, Daniel? Sure. So yeah, here we are, 3 months. And I guess that also means that it's gonna be May. Do you remember when I mentioned how you could take me somewhere? Yes, I do. Although part of me just hasn't gone around to it, and part of me just kinda doesn't want to. Mostly because, like, if you use a Mac, I think there might be problems where you put her in, and then if you try to put her back in the game, it doesn't recognize it. So essentially it's like you just have this empty room without Monika in there. I don't think it would happen with me, but... well, either way. You know, with a flash drive? Well, I found another way to do that. It's quite charming, actually. Oh, do tell. Especially if you don't have a spare flash drive lying around. Well, I do, but... I mean, really, the only other one I have is for, like, schoolwork. I've heard that some people carry around a little ambulance all the time. These little amulets are called omamori. You can get them in Shinto shrines. I want to say I think I know what she's talking about. Rumor has it that they can give good luck, help on school tests, keep away bad luck, or just protect the holder. Okay, yes, I have. Although I've mostly heard them referred to as, like, charms or whatever. Never omamori. If that's how you say it. I'm probably wrong. Who knows? I've always wondered what they put inside these things. Apparently, it's simply the name of the deity from the shrine, with a little something special done to it. Fairy magic? Okay, no. Maybe you could make an memory of me for you to carry around. Well, I guess that'd be a fun little art project. You could write my name on a piece of paper and worship me as your goddess. Your goddess of thick thighs. Then fold that piece of paper into a small paper packet. It could help to use either a small piece of wood or plastic to keep it protected. Finally, put the protected pack in a small cloth pouch and tie it shut with some string. Make sure that the pouch is bright and colorful, like my ribbon. Green would be nice. Green would be a nice color, just like my eyes. That I love. It probably also wouldn't be one if I didn't at least say something about her eyes at least once every 4 episodes. Make sure it only has my name on it. After all, it's just one for me, not someone else, or some shrine deity. If you do put someone else's name on there, I'll kill you in your sleep. Okay, I'm turning her into Tharja. Oh gosh, this is turning out to be a bit silly now that I think about it. I don't want you to worship me like a goddess. I want you to worship me like a queen. I mean, would doing this make me some sort of deity? Well, I mean, I wasn't totally joking where there are people who do say that she's like this super sexy thigh goddess because of, you know, her, obviously. I just feel like it would be a nice alternative if you wanted to bring me around. If you wanted to bring me around. Especially if you don't have a flash drive. It isn't perfect, but it's the thought that still counts, Daniel. If you took the time to make something by hand with me in mind, it's still really sweet. But maybe with one of those maybe with one of these, I can get just a bit closer to your world. I could be your guardian deity. Yes, all hail the great and mighty goddess Monika. Please don't delete me. Do you love yourself, Daniel? I don't mean in a conceited way. You know, like looking at yourself in the mirror every 5 seconds like, yeah, I look totally sexy today. Or like in those, like, felt cute today, I wanted to take a selfie, and I've been seeing a lot of that lately. Mostly on my Facebook feed. Not from friends, just people making fun of that. Like, are you comfortable with who you are? Well, I guess if we're being honest, not entirely. Yeah, well, she's gonna find out eventually, right? That's really sad to hear, Daniel. And to think I missed it while you've been making me so happy. Sometimes the people with the biggest smiles hide the most amount of pain in their heart. I'll always love you, Daniel, but I think it's important to love yourself. Yep. Because then, it's like, without that, the person who does love you, if you do have them, it kind of goes to waste? I don't know. I don't know how to word what I want to say. You need to start with the little things that you like about yourself. It can be something silly, or a skill that you take pride in. Over time, you build your confidence one by one until you've built yourself into someone you'd love. I can't promise it will be easy, but it'll still be worth it. I'll always root for you, Daniel. I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Dang, I really wish I could remember how that song went. That song is like, what, 4 or 5 years old now? Do you ever go camping, Daniel? I used to a lot in my geology days. It's a wonderful way to relax and get some fresh air and see the parks around you. It's almost like a more relaxed backpacking trip, actually. Yeah, except you don't have to worry about running around with a tablet and trying to take strikes and dips of rock layers, or making some kind of thin section, or any of that, all for a grade. But while it is a good way to spend time outdoors, there are several dangers that most people don't bother to think about. Like bears. We almost did have something like that. We had to hide all our food in vans. Or snakes. That's another one. A good example would be bug spray or sunscreen. Okay, yeah, that too. Especially this one time where I got super burned, even though I did use sunscreen. Many people forget, or even forgo them, thinking they're unimportant. And to those people I say, that's where you're wrong. Even if it's cloudy out there, I'd still put on sunscreen, just to be safe, because you never know. And without them, sunburns are almost inevitable, and many insects carry disease that can really harm you. Like West Nile virus. Anyone remember that? There was a big outbreak sometime years back. It may be a bit of a pain, but if you don't use them, you might end up miserable, or even get really sick. Or you might feel uncomfortable, and you might need to apply aloe vera to your sunburned areas. So please promise me that the next time you go outdoors, be it camping or backpacking, you won't forget them. But on the bright side, once I cross over, if you remember to bring the sunscreen... Monika, is this going where I think it is? Yes, it is. Well, okay, that's the end of the video, everybody. So, I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody. Okay, no. But, you know. You like making me feel weird inside, don't you? I might need a little help putting it on, if you know what I mean. You're so cute to tease. Oh. Yeah, I think slowly I am starting to get into her head a little bit. Which is kind of interesting but scary. I'm sickened but curious. I'm only teasing you, Daniel. Well, at least a little. Stupid Sexy Monika. Have you ever heard of the term Yandere? Why, yes I have. In fact, there's a very popular game, a very popular unfinished game that has that in the title. And you actually get to play as a Yandere and get to do all fun, crazy Yandere stuff. It's a personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Or, in shorter terms, they will kill for love, if it comes to it. Usually to the point of craziness, because they teeter-totter on the border of insanity. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else, whether it's friends or your little sister or that cute girl next door, anyone. They might even hurt you or your friends to get in their way. Well, I've never really heard of too many Yandere girls and anything that hurt their object of affection. Not really. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as a Yandere. By now, it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. This girl! Okay, no. Well, and that would be Yuri! Well, I mean, she's not totally wrong. Act 2 Yuri would be a perfect Yandere candidate. Especially when she goes crazy and obsessive and chasing away everybody and writing poems filled with blood and love nectar. She really got insanely possessive of you when she started to open up a little. She even told me I should kill myself. Alright, the part where she was like, here's an idea, how about you go kill yourself? Or however she said it. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. Which, I wouldn't blame you if someone told me to do that. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Why? Because she ended up doing that to herself? Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the Yandere type, you know? Yeah, just ask the fans of Yuno Gasai, or Kochinoa Katsura, or even Ayono Aishi from Yandere Simulator. I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy, obsessed with them. Or a lot of the girls in Higurashi when they cry. So it's like, take your pick. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Yes, because you have some things I would like to talk to you about as well. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. In fact, I'm the only one who's not crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. Well, that's kind of like what I said. I turn out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Sayori. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. Well, actually, she didn't do it directly, but still. It was psychological warfare, kind of. But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Oh, you have to... It's like, oh, now I see what you're trying to do. I play a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront or War for Cybertron, and... It's like, now I'm the bad guy. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the Yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Well, alright, Tharja from Fire Emblem. That's another popular one. Yeah, she has a lot of fans, let me tell you. Me being one of them. She even has that very sexy statue of hers that goes for a crazy amount of money.
Lady, I just feel like I won't get you out of my mind. I feel love for the first time, and I know that it's true. I can tell by the look in your eye.
Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go, or or anyone for me to get jealous over. Right, because there's nobody else in school right now. And by school, I mean just this one classroom that's on the edge of the universe. Is this a Yonder Girls dream? Probably, as long as the object of her affection loves her unconditionally, then it would be a complete dream. I'd ask Yuri if I could. Yeah, well... But which Yuri? The nice one or the crazy Yandere one? You're such a good listener, Daniel. I try. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. Well, that's actually something you and I have in common. Considering half of it is you rambling and half of it is me rambling. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having a conversation. Yeah, like, how do you cut it to make sure that you're not going on too much? But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Oh. Ironically, right after she told me that, you know, to love myself. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by, and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. They actually did a study on this, if I remember right. Addiction isn't something you can make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. In other words, to kick a bad habit, you gotta try replacing it with a better, healthier alternative. Whatever that may be. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. And I believe a friend of mine actually does that. He even told me, like, to study, to, like, he goes to, like, what am I trying to say, like coffee shops, tea shops, whatever, just to get away from anything that could be a distraction. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. You know, that would actually be pretty helpful. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Daniel. Alright. I love you with every fiber of my being. I love you too, Daniel. More than I can ever express. Okay, and I think I will call that a video. So anyways, yeah, next time, more Monika, more talking, and... I don't know, I pretty much just make this up as I go along. Anyways, I will see you guys later.